Hi everybody in YouTube world, it's June, your Tarot Queen and your Mouth of the South. Well, I'm taking a break from mowing, and I decided, because my battery's dead on my mower, so I'm going to let it charge up. So I thought I would do a little reading and see what universe has to say to somebody out there in YouTube world or internet world. And again, you guys, remember that if you like and subscribe and comment, because sometimes I don't know you've subscribed because I don't get that information unless your settings is set on public. So I don't get that information. So if you like and subscribe, just say liked it, subscribed it, or subscribed or something, so I know to put your name in the bowl. Not your name in a hat, because it's a bowl. But so I know to put your name in the bowl, so you have a chance to win that beautiful quilt made by Eleanor. And I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. I just love it. So when we reach 2,500, we're going to pull a name out of that bowl, and we're going to do it live. So whoever's name gets pulled out of that bowl, that's who will get that quilt. So we've got a little ways to go. We got about 1,397 to go. So let's get it out there, please. And it costs you nothing at all. And it helps me so much, and I appreciate it so much. I appreciate Eleanor for all her support and help, and Jackie, and I don't know what her name is, P and Rose, I don't know, but she's gonna get a pendulum, and I'm working on some t-shirts to sell. And hopefully you guys will like it and buy some stuff. And hopefully you like my content, because this is my purpose. I know that my purpose in life is to help other people. Maybe not necessarily physically, although I do with Kevin, and I never thought I would, but here I am. So, that's what I do. So, but I always thought it was the mind I was supposed to help with. But with Kevin, it's a little different. He helps me with my mind and I help him with his physical. So, it's a give and take as always. So with that being said, let's do a reading on someone out there who maybe is struggling with the give and take. And I may do a short later on today about self-talk again. There's so many subjects we can talk about it, like study or managing your time or overcoming obstacles or weight or money or getting a job or believing in yourself and stopping negative talk. There's just so much that we can talk about with that. So I'm going to do a little shorts on those, and we'll see how that goes. But anyway, right now we're going to do a reading for somebody out there. Okay? So we're using the Grand Lux. You can't tell whether it's upside down or not. This is called the Grand Lux Tarot. It is kind of a thick deck, but it's been used quite a bit, so it's easier for me to shuffle. The cards are a little wider than your normal tarot deck. They're just wider, and they're thick. They're not like your average tarot deck, but they're a little wider, so my hands barely go around, and I've got long fingers, so they're a little bit wider. And I do not have a Thoth deck, so if anybody's wondering if I have a Thoth deck, I do not. I'm not a big Aleister Crowley fan. But anyway, let's see what universe has to say to somebody while I'm waiting for my battery to charge. So, okay, universe, what do we gotta say? And hey, go Bills. Bills make you wanna shout. Put your hands up and shout. Hey, 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 let's go Buffalo, let's go Buffalo, hey, 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 let's go Buffalo. So anyway, Bills make you want to shout. Okay, universe, what do you guys say? There's one. Let me shuffle again. You have a lot to say to somebody or just a little? Or is this for everybody? This is just a card of the day for everybody. Not working for me here. I'm kind of popped up. Whoop. Woo! Okay. Still landed like that. So still for the same person, I guess. Shuffle again. This is all you gotta say for this person. Yes, that's all they have to say for that person. Let's see who the other person is. Wants to talk to. Okay. Okay, you got this for one person, and this is something the universe wants to say to somebody else or some others. You know, a lot of people have the same individual or same issues, maybe different circumstances, but same issues, if you know what I mean. So, is that all you have to say to the second person? Okay. Looks like second person and third person. All right then. And I was talking to a friend of mine and this card came out. So, okay, the third person. Is this all you have to say to the third person? So, obviously, the universe has to say something to a few people. And I'm really trying really hard, guys, to keep my hair out of my face, but I took it down just because I'm taking a break. I'm drinking some Sunkist. Although I've been doing cucumber water, cucumber and holy basil, it's very refreshing. This is all you have to say to this third person. I think I might know who the third person is. And if I do, I will take a picture and send it. Because the card fell out while I was talking to him on the phone. It's a very good friend of mine. That's it? Okay. So we're going to go with the first one. First person. And they've had a loss, a very hard loss of passion. And, you know, that's what they think about. You know, they're thinking about, it could be a job or something they loved, a pet, a person, something they were very passionate about, but they have others that they need to pay attention to. So I'm saying, it's okay to grieve, guys. It really is. Get you some Ruby Zozite, do some stick therapy, do some Mo therapy, do some house cleaning therapy, whatever you do. So do something that makes you feel good, to take your mind away from that, because your person doesn't want you to keep grieving over them. They want you to live your life. They're better off. They really are. And it's okay to take your time, and it's okay to grieve. I mean, grief, it sneaks up on me all the time. I mean, I'm like, woo! Where'd that come from? Why am I so emotional? Which is holy basil is good for that. So there went a spirit. So, and maybe it was yours. Maybe it's not harmony at this particular juncture. Maybe it was your friend, and you can, or your person, and you can talk to them. They will talk back. You may not be able to hear them. Sometimes you can. Sometimes they will whisper in your ear, or you'll dream about them, or, you have a special something and you'll see that. And that's your answer. That's them trying to talk to you, to communicate. You just have to learn how to listen. And they're still there. They're still with you. So long as you carry them in your heart, they'll always be with you. Remember that. Try to remember that. And grief is hard, I know. Yeah, and it wasn't a pretty end to this situation or person. It wasn't a pretty end. It was very tragic. And even though my daughter had passed, and it was an illness, it was a blood clot, nobody expected it, nobody knew. Some, I hate to say anything is worse than anything. Loss is loss. Whether they die of old age, or they die in a horrific car accident, or was murdered, or whatever. But, I have to say there are levels, I mean, and to lose somebody and not know what happened to them, or not know where they are, has got to be the worst. And I believe that's what this is talking about. It is talking about you lost somebody and you don't even have their body. I know who this goes to. You don't even have their body. So you don't know if they're gone or if they're not gone. And if you're listening, honey, please listen. I know this is hard for you. I know who this goes to, or I know at least one person this goes to. And please, don't blame yourself. And I know it's hard and it's sad. And I wish more than anything I could find your person. And I wish they were okay. But I don't think that they are. I want you to be able to find them so you can have closure. And sometimes when it's family and you love them and you miss them and you can't find them, it's hard. It's so hard. And it's hard to get people to understand. But I think people understand, the majority, I should say, understand more than you think they do. They really do. And I know it's hard, and there have been people out searching, and they will find it. They will find them. They will. I promise you, they will find them. I think I told you, I believe it's going to be into spring, early summer, and June is still spring until the 21st, and then it's summer. So that's when they will be found and you will have your closure. But continue to look, please. Everybody who is searching for someone that has been missing for a while, please continue to look. Don't give up. Don't give up. You can find them. You can find them. You really can. So don't give up. Don't give up hope. And some people you can find alive. That was the one guy that kept those people prisoner for I don't know how long. And they got out. So there's always hope. So please, please don't give up. And don't give up on you. Major Arcana. You are trying very hard not to get into a depressive state. And that's wonderful. Because I think that would depress me. Well, I know it would depress me. And it's hard to do anything when you're depressed, as anybody who's been depressed knows. It's hard. It's hard to even get up out of bed, let alone keep going and doing the things that you know you need to do because you have others you have to take care of. So please, and you're trying very hard not to go down that path. And my hat is off to you for not going down that path. Don't give up hope. Keep searching. That was that one. Sorry, I think I know who that goes to. So this other one, it was the Four of Pentacles flipped up first. So this is saying that, you don't have to tell everybody everything you know. You're allowed to keep some things to yourself. Like I used to get asked, how many people have you slept with? And I was like, what kind of question is that? And I was like, why do you want to know? And they didn't have an answer. So, you just have to ask people, why do you want to know that? I mean, it's not like you're asking me if I have a job. Yes, I have a job, or no, I don't have a job. Whatever. If I have a car, that's not a big deal. But some personal things that you don't want to answer, like, well, how much money do you make? Why do you want to know? You planning on robbing me? What? Why do you want to know that? It's none ya. That's how much I make. None ya. So, I mean, you don't have to tell everybody everything you know. You can keep some things to yourself. And then you have the Sun. Now you have lots of opportunities. And maybe that's some things you need to keep to yourself for a little bit and see what pans out and see what you like. So that other people can't just come in and swoop your opportunity away. So that might be something you're keeping under wraps, which is a good thing because, sometimes you don't know what you really want. So you got to kind of play around and see what you want. But you don't have to tell everybody that. You don't have to tell somebody that you had 15 job offers and you're considering each and every one of them. You don't have to tell everybody that until you make up your mind. And then you tell the person, yes, I want to work for you. And you tell the others, no, thanks. And then you have the Three of Cups. So it's time to get down to business and stop playing. Stop playing around. It's okay to go out with your friends and relax, which I plan on doing tomorrow. I plan on going out with a friend and just doing some friend therapy if I can. So I get that, but it's time to get down to business for you. It's time to get down to business and make a decision and move forward with that. This last person, my friend that I plan on taking around, who happens to be, I mean, he can see a little bit, but he's legally blind, so I plan on taking him out for a little bit because he can't drive. Wonderful kid. I call him my baby brother. Anyway, this flew out when I was talking to him. And this is the Emperor card. It's a major arcana, as well as that moon card was for the other person. This, and the sun card. But this one is talking about ruling with a fair hand. Knowing that things are not always equal. You know, people may have different qualities or different gems in their pocket, if you will, that put them above, not above, I hate to say above, on a different level. Like when you're a teenager, you're not on the level that you are when you are 65, like me. You're not on that level. I am not on the level as a 75-year-old, you know, in this lifetime. So people bring different levels of maturity, different abilities to the table, and you're able to decipher which one of those that work better for you. And that's wonderful. And, you know, like if you're not attracted to people who smoke, you're not going to pick somebody who smokes, you know, or you're not going to pick somebody who drinks if you don't like to drink. You know, you're going to try to pick the people that to surround your life that complement you and you complement them. So you're going to rule with a full hand or a fair hand. And if you're a manager of something, you're going to rule with a full or fair hand. Like if somebody's really working hard, they deserve the raise. If somebody's slacking, just doing enough just to get by, they're probably not going to get the raise, or they're not going to last very long, one or the other. So then the good old rest card, give it a rest. You know, sometimes you can beat a dead horse, or you're burning the candle at 2 ends or 5 ends in my case. But anyway, sometimes you got to give some things a rest. You got to rest. You got to take care of your house. And you got to be a little bit guarded sometimes, because people can be charming. They can be like cultish, like what's in the White House, you know. They can fool people, and they can fool you. You are not unsusceptible to that. So you got to give some things a rest. You got to rest your mind and let yourself know you. You got to know you. You got to rest your mind. You got to rest your body and let things flow that way. And then we have the Two of Cups. Now, this is my minor of the soulmate cards. Now, it is reversed. So, you know, be careful on who you're picking for your relationship. I know sometimes we all get lonely. You know, we all have been there. Every single human on this earth has been there. We have all been lonely at one time or another. So when you're picking a significant other, make sure you're not lonely. You know, surround yourself with good friends, talks, whatever. When you're picking yourself a mate or a partner or dating, you know, make sure you're not lonely, because you could pick the wrong person. And that's what this is saying. Just make sure you're not lonely. And, you know, another major for you. So this is saying, you know, you're not a naive person. You've been around the block for a while, so I want to say you're very mature. But I really feel like that you don't see the qualities of yourself that other people see. And, you know, some people see dollar signs, some people see, you know, that you're able to do things that they wouldn't think you were able to do. And you know you are able to do things that other people don't think you can do. So you're not naive. If they cannot see the good qualities in you, they don't deserve you. That's as simple as that. If they cannot see the qualities, the quality of life, the person that you are, then they don't deserve you. Take a good look. You're a great person. You're entertaining, you're fun, you're exciting, and you're capable. So if they don't see it, too bad. Sorry about your luck. You just lost out. So that's their problem, not yours. So with that being said, guys, I am going to get off of here and try to finish mowing my grass. Hopefully the battery is charged and I can get done. Wouldn't that be fantastic? All right. So you guys, please, if you like my content, please like and subscribe, comment, share. It costs you nothing. Costs you nothing. Maybe a few minutes of your time, but it helps me so much. And I'm trying so hard to be the best me I can be. So, and you know what? Let's all just be kind to each other. You know, even if we disagree, we can agree to disagree. Let's try to be kind. Let's try to be nice. And above all, stay mystical. And the mouth of the South is